How do autoresponders work? Have you ever received an email telling you that the person you emailed is on vacation and will not be answering his email for the next week? What about a company that answers with an email thanking you for your interest and that they would get back to you in a day or two? Or even an email saying that the email you tried to send could not be delivered? Each of these is a different version of what we commonly call an autoresponder. An autoresponder is simply that, a computer program that automatically answers emails sent to it. This simple definition, however, belies a world of difference between the different types of autoresponders in use today. The first autoresponders were incorporated into mail transfer agents or email providers. When they could not deliver a piece of email, they would send an autoresponse to you letting you know as much. These types of emails were helpful, but not particularly sophisticated. That has all changed radically in recent years, as autoresponders have been incorporated into the marketing strategies of many companies. Today, autoresponders are used by companies to immediately give feedback and information to prospective clients. This might include sending an autoresponse to email inquiries which include pricing information, more details about a product, and a timeline for when they can expect someone from the company to get back with them. These client touches are a valuable commodity in the world of marketing because they improve conversion rates in the purchase of goods by keeping the product or service in the mind of the purchaser for a bit longer, as well as provide the company with an additional opportunity to provide the potential customer with more information on the product. Autoresponders are set up primarily in one of two ways, with an outsourced ASP model, and a server-side model. The outsourced ASP model involves the company or provider who would like to incorporate an autoresponder into their business model contracting with an outside provider. The outside provider will then typically provide the user with access to a web-based control panel. From there, the company or individual can dictate exactly what they would like the autoresponder to say to each email received, as well as how to deal with different types of emails and other variations. For these services, the company typically pays a monthly fee to the autoresponder provider. The second category of autoresponders is server-side. Server-side autoresponders simply refers to programs that instead of paying for someone to implement for you on a monthly basis, a company can install the system on their own server and run it for themselves. While this process is typically not as simple as purchasing a program out of a box and uploading to the server, it has become significantly simpler in recent years. Successful HTML email marketing campaigns and Lotus Notes issues. As the online world changed in the 90s from informational to commercial and highly competitive, marketers embraced the new technology and the need has arisen to send graphically appealing newsletters and marketing messages. You have only seconds to capture attention, and the right picture will grab quicker than the right copy. As they say, a picture can be worth 1,000 words. Just ask your clients if they would use plain white paper, rather than letterhead, to send an offline message to prospects and customers. Today, the vast majority of all email clients can render, that is, display, HTML emails fairly well. Notable exceptions are older versions of Lotus Notes and pre-AOL pre-version 6.0. So whereas a few years ago the answer to the question was rather complex, today it really comes down to message purpose, subscriber preference and multipart messaging. Studies show that roughly 95% of commercial messages sent today are sent as multi-part MIME. Multi-part MIME is an older protocol that allows you to send both text and HTML versions of an email in a single package, kind of like a sandwich. The recipient's email program then displays the HTML version, if it is capable of reading that, or the text version, if it is not. MIME stands for Multipurpose Internet Mail Extensions and is an Internet standard for the format of email. Virtually all human-written Internet email and a fairly large proportion of automated email is transmitted via SMTP MIME format. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and if nothing else, you'll learn a few more acronyms if you stick around. Internet email is so closely associated with the SMTP and MIME standards that it is sometimes called SMTP, MIME email. Folks, while nobody can really agree on numbers and stats, we all agree on this: HTML email doesn't work properly for millions of recipients. HTML email breaks in a wide variety of email inboxes. This isn't due to your creative abilities or lack of HTML knowledge, it's due to the fact that the email client your recipient views your email in routinely breaks your message. I feel like this is worth defining, as I know a lot of people get very scared when we talk about clients and servers, but will not admit it. An email client, some big picture folks also call it mail user agent, is nothing but a computer program that is used to read and send email, such as Outlook, Lotus Notes, Thunderbird, etc. A mail server, also called a mail transfer agent or MTA, or a mail exchange server, is a computer program that transfers electronic mail messages from one computer to another. Most of the time, since nobody has time to learn all the acronyms and terminology coined by those big picture people, we are used to know a mail server as the entire contraption, wires and all, that runs the program. Depending on the email system, your HTML images may be blocked so recipients see a blank white box and/or your live hotlinks may not work properly. AOL 9.0, Outlook 2003, and Gmail are most infamous for blocking and/or breaking HTML for security reasons. Another big offender for not letting HTML through is Mel, the guy that works in the corporate IT department. Many corporations have IT departments who can't wait for the day when all attachments and all HTML emails are eradicated. That is because in their world, anything that is not pure text is spam, VRE, worms, trojans, spyware, adware, pure evil-ware that makes mailboxes grow and users growl. As a consequence, most of those cubicle inhabitants, the end users, who have to sign a 100-page policy before they start getting busy on those corporate e-memos, are unable to view and/or send HTML messages, whether the feature is turned off at a server level, or on their computers. Everything else aside, there is no bigger offender here on earth than Lotus Notes. Lotus Notes is notorious for its refusal to handle multi-part MIME the same way the rest of the civilized world does. For your amusement, here is a definition of Lotus Notes that was created by one of those big-picture executives. Lotus Notes is a commercial workflow and groupware software package that also provides application developers an environment for quickly creating cross-platform client-server applications. Still with me? Don't be scared. For the purposes of this article, Lotus Notes is an email client. Okay? If you work for a company that uses Lotus Notes as the email system, don't even think about sending newsletters other than in text form from it. Besides the fact that as a general rule, I always recommend to marketers the use of a professional permission-based email marketing service, in the Lotus Notes case you just have to. If you communicate to the B2B market, particularly large professional services firms, large law firms, many Global 2000 companies, HTML email compatibility will be a thorn in your side, as a lot of these companies use Lotus Notes. The issues include: older versions of Lotus Notes under R5 convert HTML emails to a Lotus Notes rich text format. Lotus Notes versions under R5 also do not recognize multi-part MIME messages, HTML and text combined in a single email. Some companies may be deploying later versions of the Lotus Notes client, i.e., R6, but using an older version of Lotus Notes, Domino servers such as 4.6. In this example, the recipient's email client would also render an HTML message incorrectly. So for a recipient to view a properly rendered HTML email, a company must use both the Lotus Notes client and server of R5 and above. Here are some quick tips you can take if you have a significant Lotus Notes subscriber base. 1. Include a link at the top of HTML emails named View Web Version or something similar. The link sends recipients to a web-hosted HTML version of the email, either on the email technology provider's server or the sender's server. 2. Also include an Update Preferences link and provide a website update form that then enables recipients to choose to receive text rather than HTML. 3. Create complete text versions for those who prefer not to receive HTML or cannot view HTML. 4. On opt-in forms, include an option to receive a text version and potentially list tips, i.e., if you are using Lotus Notes versions below R5, select text. 10 Best Tips to Write Effective Emails. Nowadays, we communicate more and more through email. We use email communication to write something to friends, relatives, colleagues or clients. Whoever the recipient of your email, it is becoming very important that you write email effectively. As you know, by writing effective email, you can save your time, other person's time, and you can win more trust and confidence from the other end. Give reply of email as soon as possible. More and more people contact each other through email. Even if they mention directly or not, they expect prompt responses. One of the study by Jupiter Research indicates that 35% of customers expect a reply within 6 hours, an additional 55% expect a response within 24 hours. Though many people focus on response time, content is just as important. The same study indicated that lack of a thorough response, 45%, will cause online customers to view a company negatively when considering future purchases. Learn the art of writing email. Poorly crafted emails will generate additional emails back and forth, which potentially eating up more of your time. Worse, they can drive unnecessary calls to your most costly channel, your phone. And at that point, customers are bound to be angry and frustrated. Here are some tips for writing email responses that are both thorough and appropriate. 1. Format your response so that it's easy to read on a screen. Do not write email using very long sentences, which are lengthy horizontally. Each line must be short. Ideally, write 5 to 6 words in each line only and not more than that. 2. Make sure the subject line is concise and meaningful to the recipient, not just a generic response from marketing team, but also be careful that it doesn't look like spam. 3. Have one subject per paragraph. Mention this separately by blank lines, so that it's easy to read and understand. 4. Be brief. Use as few words as possible to convey your message. More is not better when it comes to email. An email is not perceived as an electronic letter. 5. Use simple, declarative sentences. Write for a 3rd or 4th grade audience. Particularly if you're creating templates that are sent automatically. You do not know the education level of your sender or the sender's level of comfort with the English language. 6. Be sensitive to the tone of the original email. If the sender is upset because of an error on your part, acknowledge the error. Clearly state what you are doing to correct the situation. 7. Make sure you answer all the questions posed in the original inquiry. A partial answer frustrates the sender and results in additional contacts. It also makes the company sending the response look inept. 8. Make it clear what actions you will be taking next and when the writer can expect the next contact from you. 9. Don't ask for an order number, case number, or any old information which you remember out of your mind only when one is included in the original email. Sounds pretty basic, but sometimes people miss very obvious info in email. 10. Don't just tell the sender to go to your website. In many cases, they have already been to the website and couldn't find the answers they were looking for. If you want them to go back to the website, provide a direct link to the exact information the reader needs. Increasing website activity through email signatures. Making sure your website has a steady amount of activity is one of the most important aspects to maintaining a successful website. Increasing website activity is one of the easiest ways you can make your site more popular as well as help your business if it is ran over your site. By using specific tools, such as email signatures, you can passively increase your website's activity with no extra effort required. Even if you have been using email for years, you may not be aware that you can add signatures to your emails. Email signatures consist of a few lines of text that are automatically added to the bottom of each email you send. You can usually create these signatures using a Preferences tab on the email program you most often use. After you create an email signature, each time you send an email, your email program will automatically add whatever you saved as your signature to the bottom of the email, without you needing to do anything. Before you can enjoy the increase in website activity through email signatures, you will need to create an appropriate signature. To do this, you should consider 2 things. First, consider how much space your email program allows you for your signature. This will be important, as you may need to condense your content to fit the program you use. Secondly, and most importantly, you need to think about what you want to say with your signature. If you are running a business, it is probably best to use your name, the business name, address, phone number, and website address. This is a very professional and passive way to promote your website. If you have a more casual website, you may want to include your name, the website link, and a nice quote or two that you find inspiring, entertaining, or relevant to your website. Think about the overall feel of your website and try to keep your signature in the same tone of writing. There are a few rules in creating an email signature to help website activity. The first rule is to keep your signature limited to 4 lines or less. If you create long signatures, it is likely the reader will completely tune out and not remember anything in your signature. There is also that possibility that they will not even read it because it looks too long. This can occur frequently. Keep in mind that most people use email because it is easy to use as well as fast. Therefore, they will not be prompted to read areas of email that are long because they will feel they take up too much time. Another rule is to make sure your email signature is appropriate for all ages, genders, and ethnicities. The last thing you want to do is offend someone with your signature because this will not attract website activity, but deter it. After you successfully create your signature, be sure to save it in your email program so that it is added each time you email someone. You may have to check a specific box in your preferences to get to this point. You can check to make sure it is working correctly by sending yourself an email. Your signature should show up exactly how others will view it on the email. After everything is working properly, all you need to do is send emails like normal. The more emails you send, the more often your website link will be viewed. When you send emails that are forwarded by the recipient, your signature will be viewed even more than expected. The chain of email is a complicated one with many viewers, so you will likely get viewers that you don't expect, which is great for your website. The more the link is viewed, the more traffic you will have on your website. Increasing website traffic through email signatures is one of the most effortless and passive ways of advertising. You will probably even forget that you are advertising because you don't need to do anything to do so after the initial setup phase. Email signatures are a great tool that cost nothing and can deliver results. Those who don't use them are often those that have no idea how to use them. By learning to set up your own email signature, you can immediately begin seeing an increase in traffic to your website. Introduction to autoresponders. If you've reached the point of exhaustion trying to keep up with answering the mountain of emails that threatens to bury you alive every single day, you're ready to learn about autoresponders. The bad news is that people expect prompt replies to their email inquiries. However, unless you can figure out how to work continual 24-hour shifts, or hire enough people to constantly monitor incoming emails while they're eating up your revenue, you have a problem. The good news is an autoresponder is an inexpensive, or even free, method of quickly responding to emails. What these programs do is automatically respond to incoming emails as soon as they are received. Emails are essential to your business for many different reasons. Most importantly, these invisible email voices give you their feedback about your website, for free. However, if you spend all your working hours answering these emails, how are you supposed to run your business? The answer is simple: use autoresponders. Autoresponders are programs that automatically respond to your emails without you so much as having to click on your mouse. There are a number of good reasons why you need an autoresponder besides just answering your email. For example, autoresponders can be used if you need a way to send information about your services or products, price lists, or if there are repeated questions asked across large numbers of emails. Maybe you want to offer your site visitors a special bonus of some kind, such as advice or relevant articles. All of this can be handled by an autoresponder. Additionally, you can advertise your business and then build stable relationships with your customers by using autoresponders. Autoresponder programs vary from software that runs with your email program to a specialized script that runs on your web hosting company's server. This kind of script may use a web page form or simply operate with your email account. This kind of script is programmed to send out a standardized message whenever an email is received. The message is sent to a particular script or email address. Some autoresponders can do more than simply send out standardized messages. They can send out an unlimited number of follow-up messages sent at predetermined interval of time. For example, you can set your autoresponder to send out a new message every day for as long a period as you desire. There are numerous companies who offer autoresponders free of charge. Your website hosting company often provides autoresponders as a free service. If this is not the case with your web hosting company, there are numerous companies who offer this service for a small fee, or free of charge, providing you attach an advertisement for their company to your emails. To personalize your autoresponder messages, you can attach a signature. Signatures in this case are much like business cards. You can include your name, company, all your contact numbers and addresses, and a brief message. It's a good idea to attach a signature to every email that is sent out. This works as a repeated reminder of your business identity every time a customer sees it. The more they look at your signature, the more likely your company will spring to mind when your particular service or product is needed. You can create a standardized signature that every employee in your business uses, or you can go wild and let every staff member create their own personal signature. Of course, like everything in life, there are some rules and guidelines to creating a personal signature. Keep the length of your signature between 4 to 6 lines of text, with no more than 70 characters in a single line. Make sure that your email program does not cut off your text. The content should include your name, your company name, your email address, fax number, and any other contact details, such as 800 numbers. Lastly, always include a short personal message about your company. It should be a subtle sell of your services or your products, and possibly your company's reliability and longevity. Another specialized use of autoresponders is to create courses that you can then offer your site visitors for free. You must choose a topic in which you are an expert and that precisely targets your potential customers. Once you have carefully chosen your subject, divide it into a number of different subtopics. Then offer your site visitor a free 10 or 15-day course, each day offering a different subtopic. The first topic should always be a welcome message to your site visitor and an explanation about what is to follow. Your explanation should be enticing, getting the point across that you are offering free, quality information that your target audience will find of great value. With every lesson, include the number of the lesson, the topic title, information about your company and its services or products. At the end, include a few blurbs about the next lesson to entice the subscriber to continue on. Make sure each topic is packed with essential and valuable information, and leaves the visitor lusting to know more. Otherwise, you may lose them in the very beginning. Of course, you have to write up your course before you can offer it. Once you have done this, and gone over the material carefully, employing a professional writer or editor if necessary, you must transfer your text to your autoresponder. There are a number of free autoresponders you can use. Try HTTP skeptical smiley face www.getresponse.com or http://www.fastfax.net. Or go onto Google and you will find a long list of free autoresponder companies. Then sign up for your chosen autoresponder. Once you do, you will receive instructions as to how to set it up and transfer your text. Email is an excellent marketing tool. It is inexpensive and it is fast. Use it to advertise your business by choosing your email address carefully. Your website should contain different email addresses for different contact requests. For example, use info@yourdomain.com for information requests, or sales@yourdomain.com for questions about sales. It's a good idea to set up one for the owner, such as president@yourdomain.com. This presents your company in a personal, approachable light and ensures that direct contact is provided. Autoresponders are an effective and powerful marketing tool, allowing you to make contact with thousands of potential customers. This is an invaluable asset considering how many potential customers you usually have contact with before you make an actual sale. Essentially, an autoresponder allows you to automate part of your marketing campaign. Autoresponders. Do I need one? How would you feel if you could send out all the information that your potential customers have requested without checking your email? Sound good? While this may seem impossible, it is becoming more and more popular among the most successful internet marketing people. And the reason for this, an autoresponder. An autoresponder is an automatic. Using autoresponders in your direct sales business. Are you in a direct sales business and trying to figure out, like me, how to streamline your systems so that you can spend more of your precious business time working on income-generating activities? Well, I'm here to tell you that there are some simple steps you can take now to help your business for the long term, and an autoresponder is one of those ways. An autoresponder is an online program that takes a pre-written email message or series of messages that you've created and sends it out automatically when someone signs up, either via email or a web form. That sounds a whole lot more complicated than it really is. So let me give you examples that might work in various aspects of your direct sales business to help you see how easy this really is. Lead follow-up and tracking. Do you advertise either online or offline? With an autoresponder, you can put an email address into your advertisement, and when one of your potential customers, recruits, emails you to find out more about your company, they are automatically sent your initial packet of information instantly. Take it one step further and you can even put a different email address into each ad, making it easy to track which ads are producing results. Lead generation. Do you have a coupon or ebook that you can give away to potential new customers or recruits? Set it up in your autoresponder and create a web form, all free with most systems, that you can place in your blog or on your website. Then just add a quick statement of "Request more information on my business today and receive a free gift," sending interested prospects to your autoresponder, where the gift and the information are sent to them automatically. Downline newsletters. If you've built a team of distributors under you, you'll want to stay in contact with them regularly. An autoresponder can do that easily, first with a "Welcome to my team" email, and then later as you broadcast your team newsletter through the list. Help your new consultants get off to a great start in their new business with a series of email training messages geared toward those days when they are waiting for their starter kit. It's a great way to keep the enthusiasm high during those first days. Is there a specific area in your direct sales business that seems to generate the same questions from all the distributors in your group? Set up another series of emails specific to that business topic and set up your team members there as the questions come in. Leadership communication. As your direct sales business grows, you'll promote leaders from your team. Set up a series of emails congratulating them on their promotion and encouraging them in their new role as leader. Many people in direct sales have no idea what it means to lead a team of their own, and you can set up a system to get them trained and equipped as well. And have it work for you continually. Customer newsletters. Stay in contact with your customers by using an autoresponder series just like you do with your downline. Have a welcome series for new customers to keep your name and information in front of them. Customer classes. Set up a series of emails that highlight a product of the month from your product line, or an email class on how to use some of your products. Contests. Set up a series of contest emails for either your customer base or your downline. For instance, have a scavenger hunt through your catalog and use the autoresponder system to create the excitement over a series of days. I'm guessing that most of you, unless you're brand new to direct sales, have much of the information for many of the above ideas already in your computer somewhere. With an autoresponder, it's just a matter of transferring that information into the system where it can work for you, even when you're off doing other things. Give it a try. Many autoresponders have a free trial offer so you can check out how they work before you take the plunge. But after just 6 months of using it with my own direct sales business, I can tell you it's well worth every penny. How to grab your readers' attention with your subject. The race for supremacy in the internet-based businesses has been really heating up, and many sites have been put up to help others to get ahead for a small fee. But there are also ways in which you don't have to pay so much to make yourself a good list of loyal followers. Having a satisfied web traffic and visitors allows you to put up a foundation wherein you can build an opt-in list and make it grow from there. An opt-in list allows you to provide newsletters to your subscribers with their consent. When people sign up, they know that they will be receiving updates and news from your site and the industry you represent via an email. But that doesn't mean that all of those who subscribe read them at all. Many lists have been built due to an attachment with free software or for a promotional discount and such. Some are not really interested in receiving emails from companies and just treat them as waste of cyberspace and delete or trash them without so much as opening the email and scanning them. You can change all that. While forwarding an email message is relatively after producing your newsletter. Getting people to open them is not as easy. You don't want to waste all the time and effort used in making the newsletters, you want people to read them and have their interests piqued. Interested enough to go to your website and look around and most especially purchased and acquire your products or services. One of the numerous ways you can tempt or persuade your subscriber is by providing a well thought out and well written subject. The subject of an email is what is often referred to when a person or a recipient of an email decides whether he or she wants to open or read an email. The subject could easily be regarded as one of the most important aspects of your promotional email. Your subject must be short and concise. They should provide a summary for the content of the email so that the recipient will have basic knowledge of the content. This is really vital in grabbing the attention of your readers and subscribers. You want your subject to instantly grab the attention of your subscriber and get them to be intrigued to open up your mail. Remember, it is not necessarily true that a subscriber opens up subscribed mails. A good subject must always be tickling the curiosity of your recipient. It must literally force the recipient to open the mail. A certain emotion must be ignited and get them to open the mail. It is essential to use specific words to get the reaction you need. Keep in mind that the recipient or subscribers spends only a few seconds looking over each subject of the emails he receives. You must grab your reader's attention right away. There are many forms you can use for your subject. You can provide a subject that says your email contains content that teaches them tips and methods on certain topics. An example of this is using keywords and keyword phrases such as how to, tips, guides to, methods in, and others like that. You can also put your subject in a question form. These may include questions like, are you sick and tired of your job? Or, is your boss always on your case? Try to stay on the topic that pertains to your site so that you'll know that your subscribers have signed up because they are interested in that topic. This form of subject is very effective because they reach out to your recipient's emotions. When they have read the question on your subject, their mind starts answering the question already. You can also use a subject that commands your reader. Statements such as act now and get this once in a lifetime opportunity, or double, triple and even quadruple what you are earning in 1 year. This type of subject deals with the benefits your company provides with your product and services. You may also use breaking news as your subject to intrigue your subscriber. For example, if you deal with car engine parts, you can write in your subject, announcing the new engine that uses no gasoline, it runs on water. This creates curiosity with the reader and will lead them to open the mail and read on.